I have Brent Petty with us today, and he is the founder and CEO of Black Magic.
Yeah, this is the product here. It's machined out of a solid block of aluminum. It has the Thunderbolt connections on the rear. We've got HDMI 1.4 in and out, dual link 3 gig in and out, and this product really takes advantage of the speed of Thunderbolt because it's real-time dual stream 3D capture and playback from the HDMI or from the SDI connections. It's got analog component, composite, analog audio, so it pretty much connects to everything, but it's also in a portable design. It's really very beautiful because it's completely machined out of a solid block of aluminum. So it's really a very beautiful product. It's not the sort of thing that you could really get at that price point. It's $995, and it'll be shipping in a few months once we start getting the Thunderbolt interface chips. So it's a really wonderful product. I think it's, we have it over on our booth running DaVinci Resolve on a MacBook Pro out through this product into a monitor, grading in real time, because the new DaVinci software we have now runs with OpenCL, so we can run it on a MacBook Pro and an iMac. So it's really a fantastic portable solution to see DaVinci Resolve grading through the Thunderbolt product on our booth up on a monitor. It's really an amazing combination of technologies there, running that.
Brent, do you want to tell our audience, I'm sure everyone out there really does know what Thunderbolt is, but can you give everyone just a little quick view of what that really is?
Thunderbolt's a new technology from Intel. It's been adopted by Apple, and it uses the DisplayPort connector on the side of the computer, but it's putting extra packets of data down, so it's got two 10 gig channels. So it's the same connector, but you can plug your monitor into it. But if you plug a Thunderbolt device in, it can pick up those two 10 gig channels. It'll use one of the channels, then you can do high-speed data transfers in and out of the computer. So it's really quite an exciting technology, and it's a daisy chain type design. It's got a lot of bandwidth. It's quite an efficient design. So we've got products for USB 3 as well, and now Thunderbolt we're introducing products, and I think it's one of the couple of technologies that have given us enough bandwidth to be able to really build really high quality products doing 2K high def standard def in and out of computers, and Thunderbolt's going to give us some exciting possibilities of the products we can make. It's a beautiful standard.
Okay, I know recently, well, I guess it's not that recent now, that you acquired DaVinci. Do you want to tell us what we're seeing here today as a result of that acquisition?
Yeah, obviously the big thing was last year we introduced a Mac version. This year what we've done is we've been working on a massive new release. We've got multi-layer timelines now with all the different layers. You can click different clips and grade them. You can export from XML out of Final Cut into DaVinci. You can see the entire timeline there. We can export back. If you're grading, if you're grading a job that's been brought in from Final Cut, and the Final Cut editor changes the edit, it automatically relinks everything so you don't lose the grades. You can export back to Final Cut and you can get all your grades back into Final Cut. It's beautiful. We've got a new automatic 3D eye matching system. So one of the problems with 3D camera rigs is there's optical distortions and mechanical misalignments you get. So this, the algorithm group at DaVinci literally has been working on this since we bought the company, and it analyzes hundreds of points in the picture and aligns everything down to the pixel. It's amazing. So the 3D experience you get is incredible. I mean, normally, that stuff only you could do after a lot of work to get and no one could afford to do that. So it's a fantastic tool. We've got noise reduction built in now. You can even noise reduce in a window. We've got stabilization, and it works on, as I said, OpenCL, so you can run it on a MacBook Pro or iMac. Fantastic processing. It's got a curves grading feature. It's got some upgraded RED and ARRI file imports. It's got, just a huge range of stuff. And we're going to give it to everybody for free. Like all the DaVinci customers, we're going to give it to them for free because it's a real thank you, because they supported us over the last year. And when we first bought DaVinci, we had to spend 8 months really fixing the quality, bringing the quality of the control panels and the soft prop. And we've still got even more things I can look at and say, oh, that little thing, this little bit, I'd like that to be better. So many things you can do to keep improving, but we really appreciate everyone that bought DaVinci and supported us, and they've loved DaVinci. It's been powerful, and that's why we're giving this update away for free. So we're really happy about that. The other thing we're doing at this show, which I think is really exciting, is we really want to promote the growth of color correction as an art form in itself. So we've got a new product called DaVinci Resolve Lite. It's going to be completely free, completely downloadable. It doesn't have the 3D features, the noise reduction. It's limited to HD projects, and it's got only 2 nodes of color correction, but it literally has no quality limitations. It's got no file limitations. You can even grade with 2K and 4K files. It's just in a high def project. It's got no stabilization. It's got tracking, all these things, and I think that's going to be really cool. and there's no limitations on the relays you can do in the timeline. I think that this DaVinci Resolve Lite is really going to let a lot of people download and start playing with color correction and really adopt color correction, a whole lot of work that's never been done. When you look at video, music videos and TV commercials, they've got great color correction. We don't see color correction being heavily used on episodic television production apart from the Hollywood stuff. There's so much stuff, regional work, all that could be really a huge advantage if it was color corrected, and we think that this version is going to really promote the color correction ability. Plus it's a great utility for all these digital cameras. These digital cameras that are coming out from Red and Arri now have got more latitude than film. Fantastic. Their noise is much lower than the grain in film. I think we really need to use DaVinci Resolve as a great way to manage that media, and you can conform all the way through it with deep bit depth files all the way through to the end result. Really wonderful software release, and I think that the free version is really surprisingly powerful. I think it'll be really a fantastic thing. So we really hope to see a huge boost in the color correction market, a number of people doing color correction, because I think it's a beautiful art form. It's so creative, and I think we really want to boost that.
And I know that you had another acquisition very recently. So, and of course I heard that there were some products released today as a result of that. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that acquisition and then the technology that we're seeing now from Blackmagic based on that?
Yes, that's true. We purchased a company's assets called NAB, and they had fairly large rack-based product, a great switcher, fantastic features, $20,000. We've shrunk that down to 2 rack units in less than an inch thick, and we're now charging $2,500 for it. It comes with a software control panel. We've upgraded the technologies in it. We've got full resynchronizers, lots of HDMI in, so you can use those cheap consumer cameras. If you look at someone starting out, you can buy a consumer camera with high definition HDMI out for a couple $100 from the local electrical, sort of Best Buy type place. I mean, we can now take those cameras and use them for live multi-camera production, and I think that's really exciting. And if you want a control panel, you can purchase a control panel separate. But the software's for Mac OS X and Windows. It's beautifully designed. You've got things like multi-view in it for monitoring. You've got DVE in there. I mean, there's some wonderful features. There are 4 keys, downstream keys. We've got USB 3 built in it, so we can capture directly out of it. We even include the ultrascope software with it, so you can use it as an ultrascope with the switcher. We've got down-converted, standard F outputs, even composite out, because you never know what venue you're going to wind up in. So we've done some amazing things with the switches, and I think that's really exciting. There's even a $1,000 lower, slightly lower end one without the DVE, but it's got H.264 encoding in it, which we're calling XM Television Studio. So that's a really great little product as well. And we've also done some extra products around that. So we've done dual 8-inch monitoring for $700. We've got a little SSD recorder that records uncompressed 10-bit and plays it back, and you can use that for a replay server or even a card machine for loading different type of clips and things you want to play in. That's $345. Very low cost, and it's battery powered and everything. A little tiny thing, machined out of a solid block of aluminum, beautiful. A rack mount version of that we've got with dual slots, a jog and shuttle and everything on it. We've also got a camera converter, which is a fantastic little product that goes with your camera, converts it to optical fibre. You get a return feed for the camera program output. Got some buttons on it, 3-hour battery life, all machined out of a solid block of aluminum as well. And it's got tally, it's got talkback in it, so you can communicate with an iPhone headset or even a PC gaming headset. So we've got a whole combination of products to really suit switches, and I think we've really revolutionised that market, because I don't think switches have gone. Switches tended to be the same for years. They've never really changed a lot. Now we've got all these new technologies, and we've reduced the price, and we've added the quality has gone up a lot. So I really think it's a fantastic product range, and I think there's a real lot of excitement with live production. I mean, this is live production right now we're doing, and we've got one camera here, but I mean, you think what we could do with multiple cameras. You've got literally a $1,000 switch. We could have 2 cameras doing close-ups on us instead of the one wide shot. So I think there's some really exciting stuff going on in the world, and I think that live production is a whole area that hasn't been affected by the changes as much. I think we've had a lot of changes in post-production. We've had a lot of changes in the audio industry. We haven't had a lot of changes in live production apart from sort of more of the same. So I think this will really shake things up. It's a complete revolution in technology levels. All the technology's up, the quality's up, the affordability's there. Technologies like streaming. The internet is the television transmitter for all of us, and this is going out on the internet as well. So that's why I think we can. There's a lot bigger market for this product lines, and I think people realise. And live production's exciting. This is exciting. We're sitting here now talking, and it's fun. This is live, so it's a lot of fun. Live production is an adrenaline rush. It's really cool.